Welcome back, Guys in Jerseys, podcast number 4, segment 2. Guys, Antonio Brown, he wants out of Pittsburgh. I think it's ridiculous.
So he came out that he wanted to trade it. Then he actually went in and met with the Steelers front office, kind of talked to them. So it's kind of hard to say if he's actually going to get traded at this point or not. I kind of think in Pittsburgh's best interest. Obviously, as a player, you want to keep him, but he's kind of like just a ticking time bomb. He's going to erupt. He's a diva.
He's going downhill.
Yeah, he's going downhill hard.
I told you that a few weeks ago. He's going downhill, and then that domestic violence thing came out. I mean, look at his hair. Look at his mustache.
He's got a blonde mustache.
What are you doing, dude? What are you doing? You're a football player.
You're rocking the mustache.
I know. I wouldn't dye it, though.
You don't want to get the blonde stash? You don't want to be like
and he's got some blue hair.
I really keep
like,
it natural.
come on, dude. Come on. This guy's nuts.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I don't know if he's actually going to get traded, though. I mean, obviously, he said he wanted to. He said all these things, and then all of a sudden, he's like, oh, yeah, I'm going to go meet with the front office and see, and maybe just talk to them, see if we can work something out. I'll stay here. So it's hard to tell.
It's a tough sell. It's going to be a tough sell, I think, because look,
you're telling me
they're going to want a first-round pick. And I think the league came out and they said he's a second-round, third-round guy. But, dude, he's got a lot of baggage. If it was me, I would trade for him. And Peter King came out and he said every tweet that he makes, he's just hurting his trade value for all these other teams. I mean, to me, his best chance is to stay in Pittsburgh. He can literally do whatever the hell he wants to do. I mean, he's Facebook Live in the locker room. That wouldn't fly anywhere else. I mean, they're not going to do anything. I mean, now he comes out and he rips Big Ben. I think he just needs to shut up. If he really wants out, just shut up and just go on with it.
All right, so you think he does get traded. Where do you think exactly?
I think probably the 49ers.
I think
that's number one.
I think after Jerry Rice kind of came out and said, he wanted to be there with him, something like that. I think that kind of got taken out of context from what I understood is he kind of just talked to Jerry Rice and said he wanted to go out to San Francisco to work with him.
Yeah.
And I think the reporters, all the media took it as he wanted to go play in San Francisco.
Well, I mean, it's kind of that's the one place where everybody first thing you talk about 49ers. So I mean, obviously there's something there. I think the Jets would take a chance on him. I mean, I think all these teams
they could use him.
I don't know about the Raiders and Cardinals. I mean, maybe because they need him, but I don't think they take a chance.
I don't think the Raiders.
I don't think so. I mean, it would just be dumb for the Raiders.
To me, I see him either being in Pittsburgh or being in San Francisco. Those are the two places I'll see him at. I don't know if he'd really go anywhere else. So we'll see. Another big trade. Apparently, you found this out. Odell.
Yeah. This was reported this morning by Chris Sims that the Giants didn't trade Odell because they found out how much interest the Patriots had in him, and that's just so dumb to me. I mean, he's your best player, and it took you to have the Patriots to really want him to figure out, well, I'm not going to trade him now. That's so dumb.
Why would there be any talk about trading him anyways?
Well, they talked about trading him as soon as he got that big contract.
Yeah, but it's so stupid. He's one of the best players, and they don't use him, right?
They don't. I think that's another big reason why. Is he unhappy? You know what I mean? It's just there's a lot of different things.
I see you looked up Tom Brady's Instagram post comments here.
Yeah, he posted last night. It was a picture of his kids and over the sunset. I think they were in California, and OBJ commented, "Love you, brother." So, I don't know. I mean, obviously, I feel like anybody would want Odell. I think,
I'd want him to play for my team.
I would want him more than Antonio Brown.
Yeah, I agree with that.
It's crazy to me though. It's so crazy. The Giants were gonna trade him, and then they found out how much the Patriots loved him. So we're not gonna trade him.
They're like, oh wow, he's actually good. Maybe we won't trade him. I actually think he's the best.
Maybe just a little bit. We like him around the locker room. That's so dumb. It's so dumb. Yeah, I just think it's stupid. But I think for Odell, and if you know you're not going to win there, leave.
Get out, yeah.
Leave.
Well, I think that, they have Saquon. I think in a few years, maybe they get to draft a good quarterback.
I think this year.
Yeah,
maybe
I
they can get Dwayne Haskins or something.
I think that's who they need to take.
And then I think that they could be a pretty good team, and I think that should be something Odell thinks about.
Well, I think they should have been a good team last year. Like, the last 2 years, really.
Their offensive line just struggled.
Well,
Yeah,
here's the
rough.
thing. If you're looking at trading your best player, I feel like that you feel like, well, we have no chance.
Yeah.
We know we're not going to win for a while, and that's just dumb.
Yeah.
And I feel like they know that they're not going to win for a while because Eli's their quarterback.
Yeah.
And that's
Yeah,
what it
that's
all
where they
stems
got
to.
Look, they passed up the quarterback last year for Saquon, which obviously that worked out. He's going to be, I think he'll be an MVP candidate at some point. I think he's going to be the best running backs in NFL history as long as he stays healthy. So that worked out, but I don't think they can risk passing up on a quarterback again.
You can't.
I
You cannot.
I think their biggest issue right now, aside from the offensive line, is quarterback. And
Yes.
And they can fix that with one good pick. So
Exactly.
I feel like
And obviously, you look at this draft, they have like the 6th pick, I think, 6th or 7th. And you see Dwayne Haskins, who is a pro-caliber quarterback, pro-style quarterback. He's got a cannon. He can throw those deep balls. I mean, he threw for over 4,000 yards last year.
Yeah.
I don't see how they should pass him up. If he's there at 6, I think they need to take him.
You have to. I mean, if you're so worried about what Eli thinks, that's terrible. It would be different if he was like Tom Brady and he's still playing at a high level. But
He's not.
Eli's really never played at a high level. So it's just.
He's always done enough,
Yes,
He's
yes.
had some decent and some average years, but he's never been one of the best quarterbacks in the league, in my opinion. So it's just, I don't know. I think this whole trading Odell thing is probably one of the dumbest things I've ever seen. It just doesn't make any sense. And if that happens, like, I wouldn't be. If you're a Giants fan, you might as well just keep losing. I don't
Throw
get
in the
it.
towel.
Like, yeah, throw in the towel. That's kind of ridiculous. On a side note, to see Tom Brady throwing it to Odell would be pretty fun.
It'd be really fun. I mean,
It'd just be like Tom Brady back to Randy Moss in the day.
pretty much.
I mean, that'd be fun to watch. I mean,
Obviously, because Gronk's going downhill a little bit, and we don't know if he's going to retire or not. So, I mean, it'd be fun.
but I don't think that, obviously, it's not going to happen yet.
Well, it could. I mean, from what this sounds like, it almost happened.
Yeah, it almost did. Why would you think? Why? Like, you're just going to trade one of the best wide receivers in the league to a team that is going to win a Super Bowl.
Yeah,
It doesn't make any sense. I don't get it. So, yeah, that whole thing just blows my mind. The Giants really been struggling in their front office lately. They need to. We'll see what they do here in April if they actually take a quarterback, but who knows. So that'll be interesting. So now we touched on Baseball Friday about Bryce Harper and Manny Machado. We kind of said that they were going to sign this week.
Well,
And from what it sounds like they're going to.
it's igniting. The fire's now lit, and I think we talked about the Mike Moustakas, deal last night. I feel like it's like, okay, a lot of these guys are now like, well, it's starting, so let's get going. I feel like Harper's in that boat. I will keep saying it. I feel like there's no way he leaves the Nationals if he hasn't signed yet. I mean, he's still in Vegas. I mean, you're not going to tell me you want to walk in right this week or next week and with a new team and a new coach, and new organization. I just don't believe it. I think the Phillies want him. I just feel like the comfortable fact that he wants to be where he's always been. And look, it'd been different if he wanted to sign right away.
Yeah,
I could say
if he would have signed a couple months ago, like when free agency started.
Yeah, but it's just so hard for me to believe. I mean, obviously he's going to get more money than Machado, which
it has came out that the Phillies. It's rumored that the Phillies offered more than the Nationals did.
Yeah, I mean, which
so-
was a hefty deal. But I mean, obviously they're looking for the long-term deal. Both of them. I don't think they're going to. I think they're probably going to get it. I don't know, how well it's going to work out. But I wouldn't pay Machado. Like the Padres offered him $250 million for 8 years. I wouldn't pay him that.
But if I'm Machado, I'm like, why haven't you taken that? That's
Well,
a lot of money right
Exactly. If you're a guy like him, and it's rumored that he wants to be on the East Coast than on the West Coast, which comfortability factor. He's played in Baltimore. So, I mean, yes, I heard that he's looking from what we have from John Heyman is he's looking at the best deal, and the best deal right now for him is the Padres. So I think he'll probably sign there.
there. Unless somebody comes out and offers him more money, I think he's looking for money.
Well, the problem is it hasn't happened, so
Yeah.
it's probably not going to happen.
At this point,
Teams obviously aren't desperate enough. I mean, it's not
for
like,
anybody,
it's
for
not
that
like-
matter, there's 100 free agents
Yeah,
still on.
it's not like the old baseball where, well, he did this, he's this good, okay, just pay him $500 million. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's not like that anymore. Teams are getting smarter because money right now is, it's a little different. Baseball.
People realize, they look at the past and all these people that sign these guys to these huge deals, and then those guys' careers is done, but they're still paying them because those guys didn't pan out.
Well,
they're like, wow, this is a franchise player. I'm gonna give him 10 years, $300 million, and he only played for 3 years good anymore, and then he was done.
Well, I think gaps are so much smaller too for teams. So right now you have the Red Sox. You have all these great teams now. So for the Phillies, they feel like they have the gap. They feel like this is their time. This is where they got to go get it. Then you have to go get it. And I feel like that's why a lot of these guys are not signed, because a lot of these teams are like, well, we really can't compete. So why would we go out and get a $300 million guy?
But that's the thing is, like, in my head, you want to get that guy to attract more people to come to you.
I mean, you do, but I mean, there's teams like the Rays, or teams like the Tigers, there's teams like that where it would be great, jumpstart a rebuild, but it's like that would be a waste of money when we get a bunch of different players.
Right.
Yeah.
To get a team. Well, especially the baseball, it's just a single. It's like if the ball gets hit to you, you have to field it, you have to throw it. Getting one guy doesn't fix the team.
Yeah, exactly.
But 1/9 of the team.
Yeah, I do agree with that. You're right.
So I mean, it's like I said, a lot smaller window for different teams. And if I'm the Yankees, I go on and I give Machado for a short-term deal, or I pay him a long-term deal, because obviously you have to compete
with the Yankees. What I just said doesn't. I think Machado is a guy that can put them over.
Well, because he's going to fill that position, and then you look around, and they're going to have a quality core, a quality 9 people on the field.
If I'm the Yankees, you've always spent a lot of money.
Yeah.
You just seen the Red Sox win the championship. You would want to go out.
You got destroyed by the Red Sox in the playoffs.
To me, you'd want to go out and you'd get Machado.
Right.
Because he played really good against Boston.
Right.
He really didn't have a bad year last year.
And every park that they have for division is good hitters' parks, and he knows them, and he's comfortable with them.
Because he played in the division in Baltimore.
Exactly.
So.
You go out and you get him. Go out and sign him for.
But that's the thing is, they've tried, but they don't want to offer him over $330 million
well, I'm
a
not
year.
saying offer him $300 million, but give him the 8 years, $250, and go have a ball, and you're gonna win championships. I mean, the Red Sox proved money is gonna win you a championship.
Yeah, I mean they paid it.
They had the highest payroll, and they won. So it's just dumb to me that no one's paying.
Yeah,
I'd go out on a limb and say bye. This time next week, 7 days from now, I think both these guys are going to be signed.
I agree.
Well, I think Friday when we do our show, I think they'll be signed.
Yeah.
You think by Friday?
I think they will, because training games start this weekend. I'm telling you,
especially
it's just different. Why would you want to go in so late? You're going to be so behind. Then you got these guys looking at you like, wow, you're too good. You care more about money than actually coming to play baseball. And then you got your chemistry messed up. So best for them to get it done now, so they can go get. If they're going somewhere else, like. Obviously, Machado's not going back to the Dodgers, and he's not going to go back to Baltimore. So, for him, he needs to go somewhere now. If Bryce Harper goes back to the Nationals, it's not going to be
where he's going.
Yeah, it's not going to be as big as a deal.
I mean, he's sitting in Vegas taking selfies with his wife and his dog. I mean, come on, he's going to the Nationals. Obviously, I think the Phillies really want him. But if I'm the Phillies, I would wait the 2 years and go and get Mike Trout. I wouldn't waste my time on Harper or Machado. I'd be like, we got a good young core, sign McCutcheon. Let's see where we are in 2 years, and then we can go out and get the hometown kid, Mike Trout.
Well, they got Real Muto, too.
Exactly. So, I mean, obviously they want to win now, but if I'm them, I wait the 2 years.
I think
the Red Sox get a little older.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? The top, Justin Verlander won't, he might not be there in 2 years. So I think you have a better chance in those 2 years.
And to be quite honest, I think Mike Trout's a better baseball player than Bryce Harper anyways.
Without a doubt.
And I think he's the best baseball player
and
in
I
the
think
league.
he would love to go and play in Philadelphia.
Yeah.
But Mike Trout is more of an athlete.
He's more of an all-around player than Bryce Harper. And I just feel like, he's not on those Yankees. He's on the West Coast. It's not such a big market, so people don't publicize him as much as Bryce Harper being in Washington, D.C.
Well, he doesn't do the antics. He doesn't scream after it's a home run.
He stays to himself. He's a professional player.
He just plays.
He just wants to go play baseball.
Out there playing.
He
Yeah.
wants to go play baseball.
He knows he's the best, so he just goes on and he does it. He doesn't have to do anything else.
I mean, I'm not saying it's a bad thing that Bryce Harper's like that, and that's a bit of an exciting.
But that's
Bryce Harper's going to sell tickets.
That's who he is.
And that's the difference between those two, because you argue they are the two top stars of the sport, and they do it two different ways.
Right.
They don't do it the same way, which that's what makes it fun. Is you have one guy who's outspoken, he's loud, he's got his hair, his beard, and you got Mike Trout. He's an old school. He goes in, he does it every day.
Right.
It's like Derek Jeter and A-Rod.
Right.
Yeah, honestly, that's
You know
a
what I
good
mean?
comparison.
One guy
those
that
two.
they go in and they do it, and then the other guy who's obviously he's got a lot of swarming around him. I mean, but that's what makes it fun.
Yep, 100%. So it'll be, I don't know, I don't really know. If these two pick up this week, I think there's a lot of other big signings that need to happen this week. There's just, since we talked Friday, or last week, there's just really nothing's really taken off yet.
Well, no. I mean, nothing's taken off this whole winter. Everybody's waiting for this stuff to happen, and nothing's happened.
Yeah, we figured, maybe this week it'd get
I
hot.
think for sure this week.
But yeah, this week here, I think it'll be interesting. I think there's going to be some signings. I still think he's going to go to the Phillies, honestly. I don't know. But I'd like to see, just a change. Like, I like seeing that change.
Yeah, me too. But, I mean, waiting so long, it's kind of hard to believe
the comfortable
that he's gonna
factor. It's just
But that's the thing, though, is that kind of, in my eyes, makes me not think so highly of Bryce Harper. If he signs the Nationals, he knew all along that he was going to do that.
Oh.
But why they got that offer right away? Yeah, so you don't have to sign right then. But then you listen to all these other officers. Like he knew what he was going to do. Obviously,
well,
so like, why wait so long? Why drag this out?
Bid up because he could go. Him and Scott Boras, they could go and they could say, okay. Because look, this is probably what's going to happen if he really wants to go back there. Look, he can go back and say, look, I'll come to you. Say the Phillies give me 35 a year, give me 32 and a half, and I'll play. It helps his bid to drive him up. I think that's what it is.
And I think Bryce Harper wasn't wowed by any offer that he got. And I think that's what he was waiting on is if I really wait this out, they're going to throw these ridiculous offers to me. And they did throw him ridiculous offers.
I mean, they all are, yeah.
They just didn't.
Even the Nationals' original offer, 10 years, $30 million, that's nuts.
They wanted, I think,
or $300 million.
Harper and Machado went in thinking the team was going to be desperate for him.
Right.
No one's shown to be desperate.
Yeah, nobody's showing that. Yeah.
And I honestly think the Nationals are the desperate team for Harper.
I mean, because if they lose Harper,
you lose.
They're struggling.
That's their friend. That's the face of their
franchise.
franchise.
The kid that you brought up, you drafted. Machado's a weird one because he has no home to go to.
Right.
Yeah.
The Dodgers don't need him. Orioles are definitely not going to get him. So it's just tough.
Yeah, there's no reason if you're Machado, you're going back to Baltimore.
You're just going to get traded.
Yeah. Traded again. Exactly. Baltimore probably isn't even in the picture. So.
Yeah, I don't know. I just hate this free agent market this year. Everything's taken so
it's different.
long.
It's weird.
There's no news coming out because nobody's signed, and it's so weird. It doesn't make sense, and it's really irritating to me that if Bryce Harper knows, at least get it done before spring training. Like, don't drag it out. Then you're dragging it. I feel like you're hurting yourself.
Well, that helps drive his bid up though too.
Yeah, it's just he just wants more money instead of being worried about playing baseball. I feel like he's worried about making record-breaking deals and all this other stuff.
I don't know if it's about the money. I think I feel like he went in thinking, I'm probably going to leave. And then once he started going and talking to all these other teams, he probably thought, well, this is not really what I thought it was going to be. I'm not as comfortable as I thought it was going to be. And I think he's kind of looking like, I should just went back. And he might leave, but I'm just telling you. To me, you do not wait till the week before spring training games and say, I'm leaving.
Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, I'm not argue against it. I just think the Phillies have tried so hard for him. I feel like they're still.
It's definitely between the Nats and the Phillies.
Yeah, I think for sure. I'm just saying, like, the Nats are obviously a smart choice, like to pick. That's where you think he's going. But I just think the Phillies still have a pretty solid chance just with how hard they've pursued him. So it'll be, like I said, it's just going to be interesting this next week. Hopefully this time Friday we'll be able to get done with this. Where is he going to go? What's going to happen? And all this other stuff. Yes. So we'll see. But I don't really think there's any other big things that had happened in the MLB. It's just still waiting on these two.
Yeah.
So
I mean, other than spring training started, obviously. Yeah. Nothing crazy coming out of anything.
No, really, it's been a kind of a mellow week. Besides that, what we talked about in the previous podcast, everything else in sports has kind of been laid back. Yeah. So we'll see. Hopefully, things will pick up this week, and we'll get a little bit more to talk about on Friday. Hopefully. So, is there anything else you guys want to hit on?
No,
pretty good.
All right. Well, this will conclude our segment 2 of our 4th podcast. Thanks for tuning in, guys.
See ya.